Alright traders, market update time. We're going to have a look at silver and gold. Let's get straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Alright, let's have a look at silver and gold. Firstly, let's have a look at the silver chart. We're going to have a look at the longer term charts here. This is the weekly. Oh, geez, there we go. This is the weekly silver long-term charts. You can see that that we have actually a couple of sort of lines that's coming into play right now. We definitely have the bottom through there, and you know, even as low as through that point through there. You can see it's been a lot of resistance through there as well too. So even as low as that point through there, I would say that there's a lot of support between the 19 and 1850 level. We have this line coming up through here, which you can see a lot of support through there, a lot of resistance through there. Plus you have this trend line. If you have a look at that, you know, this trend line here, you can see that trend line there. The market has just continued to bounce off it, and we're at that level right now. Is this where silver starts to take off again? It starts to break this whole level and start to go up. That's obviously yet to be seen, but it looks like even if it does start to come down, we have where it is right now, $19.50 to $19 is a bunch of support areas. So that's the area I'll be keeping an eye on. Moving on to long-term gold. Long-term gold, we can see that gold has actually where it's open. Where this is obviously the weekly bar. It's open here where it is right now, and it's just open because you can see the bounce here, the bounce here. But even if gold does come down a little bit more, you know, even another 1 or 1.5%, we have a really good support here. Then I think the market could actually indeed get a nice bounce off there. So where it is right now, down to 1300, I think that the market could see a really nice bounce off that level and continue moving forward. If you look at the daily chart, say on gold, the daily chart on gold, you can see it ran up, but then it rallied back down. You can see it actually. That whole area, the market couldn't close below. That was the area through there. And you can see the market rallied up and it closed just below it. And now it actually hit that same area, as you can see, and then rejected. It came down through there as well. So maybe this is a bit more of a follow through to the downside. But if you look at silver is a very similar thing as well too. Is if I just close this up here and let me just draw a trend line. You can actually see that the closing prices, that whole area through there is indeed where the market's had a lot of holding patterns through there, and the market actually broke through. It came up and paused right on it, and then we had a little down day. On Friday. So we're building up to this level where we are right now. But the interesting thing is, guys, if you have a look at the turning indicators, let me actually go to this point here, and let me go to, say, silver, and I will show you this. It's really interesting. You see the stochastics on silver. Looks like they're almost getting to that turning point again. And as I've said in the past, if you have a look at this, every time the stochastics has gone down the bottom here and started the turn, it created a pretty good buying opportunity. As you guys know, I bought down here back at the end of May, and that was actually a pretty good buying opportunity. So are we going to get that again? So it's very tricky to see. Very interesting to see what's happening there. And I do know this whole area through here, we actually have sort of 1, 2, but if it does break that, we have a lot of support down here as well too, around that sort of 1850 level. So a lot of support where we are right now. Last time it dipped, the stochastics only got to there, and then it broke up, and now we're actually getting back down to here. This is actually a good sign. I like this because we're getting a nice pullback, but we're getting, if you have a look at this, we're getting a nice higher trough, and then now another higher trough. But we're getting this sort of pullback on the stochastics. That's actually a good elevator, and we should see that sort of move in the overall silver market. Same with gold charts. Let's go gold. There we go. Same with the gold charts as well too. One thing I really like about it is you can see that you can see this higher trough and then another higher trough, whether it's there or down here, but you can see we've got this nice pullback on the stochastics. That's a good setup for it to move higher, and then obviously we get a nice setup for this to move higher as well too. So, and once again guys, you can see when we started this up move, that was a buying opportunity there, and you can see this here was a buying opportunity here as well too, as it started to break up. So you can see the last couple of times the market's actually done that, we've actually got a pretty good turning point. So is this the next buying opportunity? We didn't actually get quite below the 20 line before we started to move up, so that's actually really interesting to see what is actually going on through there. So, but either way, guys, I think over this next week, that silver and gold are setting up to have another catapult. Whether catapult to the high side, that is, whether that happens this week or maybe moving into August, it starts to really move. I don't really know. I don't really know what's going to happen here, but it looks like silver and gold are starting to set up to have another move. And I would say if you have a look at the prices, such as say GOD, let's actually bring here. Let's actually go have a look at SLV first. Let's actually look at that. So this is the actual SLV price. As you guys know, it was actually the first of the 6 that I actually bought call options down there, and I'm still in them right now. And so you can see that we've had a nice pullback through here, and the same thing through here. So we may actually get even a little bit more pullback down to that level there, and maybe just bounce off a good, nice little trending upward movement. But if you have a look at the long-term chart on SLV, these long-term charts are, I don't know why it's doing that, but these long-term charts, it's very interesting. We've actually broken a lot of this downward movement, but if we have a look at, say, GOD actually, if I look at my weekly GOD, actually, let's go to my monthly here for a minute. Oh, this is something that I'll talk about a bit later on, but it looks like if the monthly trend line, comes into around about there, isn't it? So it looks like that could be a target of GOD where it is right now. So it's actually there. We could see another sort of 10-12% rally to the high side, and maybe even rally a little bit more to actually get into that area of resistance where it is right now. So that's another sort of 20% so move before the market comes down. Now, that's obviously long term. Now, the interesting thing is I want to bring your attention to over here. This is, what is this? This is looking at the prices before the 2008. And 2008 crash came. What generally happens is silver and gold explode. And now I looked from the bottom point here, and from the low to high, you can actually see that it actually had around about a 73% rise, and then we pulled back. And then we had a basically 70 to 80% rise again, and then we had this pullback, which was the 2008 crisis. Now, it doesn't look like much, but it's a monthly chart. All right, and then obviously we continued up through there. It was just there stepping up, as you can tell. So, looking at that chart, guys, you can see here that we had 2 legs up, especially this one here. This one here was a more vertical move, but we had 2 legs up, and then we had the pull down. So, if history is anything to repeat itself, where it is right now, then I would say we're likely to get at least a 70% rise from the bottom. And where is that? Let's actually go 70% rise. That actually looks like. If it's a 70% rise, that's actually bam, right smack on to there. So this here is the actual 70% rise from there to there. So do we actually rise 70%? Well, that's what we did the last 2 legs before we saw our breakdown. Do we rally into this year and really take out the highs? If that's the case, then probably gold is going to be taking out its new highs and probably just rally up through here. And if that's the case, then silver's going to be new highs as well too. I think silver's going to I really like silver myself as well too. So anyway, guys, that's a bit of an update on gold and silver. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today. I'm not going to BS you here. Trading is hard. Over my 10 years of trading, I've learned some amazing systems and strategies, and I've put it all in my brand new Grab the Markets by the Balls course. And I'm giving you 100% free access. This whole course is 12 videos long and almost 10 hours of the best systems and strategies that I know. Click on the image below now to get 100% free access right now.